True.
Alam mo, ibang klase yung training arc nitong si Savero, no? Unang 3 laro niya, talagang tituladong mga gold laners ang kanyang makakaharap. Now, facing Benny Cutie, the super fam, also present at the back is si Coach Bluffsina. Nung last week, hindi siya nagkaroon ng pagkakataon to be there given that he was classified as a player, but that's an extra brain for Onic Philippines.
Yeah. Good laner siya last week
Oo nga.
Good laner siya last week. Ngayon, isa na siyang assistant coach. Alam mo, lupit nung laban natin, no? Pati yung dalawang head coach, men, mga mid laner din. Si Coach Eto Max tsaka si Coach Hayes.
Tapos may gold laner, si
Tapos may
Bluffsy
gold
tsaka si
laner.
Hito.
Oh my goodness.
It all interconnects, pare.
Ang maganda dito, first phase ng drop, labanan talaga ng mid lane. Kasi yung dalawang drop there, tatanong mga players, Coach, ano mga magandang mid lane dito? Ano mga panahon mo ba? Ano mga magandang pick na to?
Parang medyo mahirap. Medyo hindi naman ganun ka layo balikan. Pero ayun, yung isang move na ginawa ng Onic Philippines, yung Valentina kanina pa yan. Na pina-first pick, pina-first space, pina-prayo, tanggalin nga natin.
What's your command?
So this makes the draft a little bit more open para sa ating lahat. Kasi Midnight, you did mention this a while ago that Valentina, nililimitahan niya yung possibility na ma-open yung ibang picks gaya ng Sora and all of the other fighters na malaki talaga yung kanilang ultimates na posibleng may ambag towards this game.
It just gives a lot of option, honestly, for a team. Ang big surprise lang dito is Onic mismo ang nag-ban and they did it on the blue side. So there's maybe a Sora priority here for Onic. Either that or they take the Grok. Kasi yan yung mga tinitignan mo kapag nagbaban ng Valentina, yung isang team. Yung mga big ultimates na pwedeng kopyahin. And also due to the fact na yung Valentina ngayon ay pwedeng i-flex into the EXP role.
Ganda rin pala nung pagkakatanggal ng Kalea ng Onic Philippines. So ayaw lang nila na maging sobrang bilis nung ikot ng TNC. And going back sa keys to victory, yun nga yung kailangan nilang gawin. Play fast enough against Onic.
You know, I wonder kung ano yung magiging pick ni Stone dito. Kasi I'm still looking at the fact na sinabi niya na magkaiba sila ng playstyle ni Lancy. Lancy is more of those mages that really deal a ton of damage. And we've seen that from him na mas effective siya sa mga ganong klase ng galawan. Pero para kay Stone, anong difference? Ano yung binibigay niya na magiging iba siguro that would shake up on PH at this point?
I would say, remembering from the days to naglalaro pa si Stone dito sa Pilipinas, he played a lot of utility mages. Such as yung nabanggit ni Leo kanina, yung Faramis, even yung mga Eve. But he does play a lot of like weird heroes. Actually, yung nung time nga niya, nagsisilina pa sila kahit hindi meta yung Selena. But that is also very true for Onic Philippines. If you remember, Super Fence is known as the mid laner who doesn't care about meta. He shapes the mid lane meta.
May mga Louie, may mga Lilia. So hindi problema yung matchup. Ayun na nga yung Sora na binabanggit natin. Dahil sa pagtanggal ng Valentina, sobrang laya nung Sora na yan. So for TNC, mga pwedeng counters, may Phobius, may Zetyan na pwede pang counter-engage. Pero hindi naman worth it iprayo eh.
Unless they want to go for utility jungler here for Zaida, which is awkward to say. Kasi kilala talaga natin si Zaida na assassin main. Jungle pang kalawakan nga yan eh.
Right, we've talked about it last week, di ba?
Yes.
Nung nag-pick up siya ng Nolan nung game number 2, that kind of changed the tempo for them in AD. It's just that ngayon, magsistay away muna sila doon. Hindi ililihis muna nila yung potential hero para kay Zaida because there's still a good amount of options. Funny lang yung natanggal doon sa banning phase and they picked up Marcel in the first one.
Yeah, they have a combo here. Yung lockdown na pinakita nila last week. Sila din actually nagkumamit ito. Yung setup ng reload manipulation into the golden hour. Ang tagal na hold niyan. So if you're Onic Philippines, you don't want to pick heroes that rely heavily on duration-based skills like Leo Mords. Etong Sora, wala na siyang choice kung kailangan niya hintayin yung mga ultimates coming out from TNC. So Onic, they might just fall back to the classic heroes. Maybe yung Suyo ni King Kong or even the Harley actually.
Maganda nga eh. Makuha na ngayon para magkaroon ng threat doon sa Marcel and even doon sa Eve. Kasi mababa din talaga yung max HP. But there you go. This is a show.
This is actually a very brave next 2 picks para dito sa Onic PH. Because again, yung Marcel ang kanilang magiging major problem dyan. Yung face check nung show would immediately make the Marcel na hahawakan itong si Chaknu na mas magiging proactive siya upon getting those visions.
Matamaan ka lang nung passive o nung first skill ng isang Marcel, magugulo na agad yung plano mo. Maaaring ma-delay yung jet condone or yung setup na gusto ng Onic Philippines.
Aray ko, NA Phobius. Phobius and then maybe Sora, Suyo, Red 4. But I guess ang benefit nung Cho is that you change how Marcel plays the game. Kasi usually, yung mga Marcel na nakita natin, especially from Chakno last week, he plays it very aggressively. Like, lalabas siya mula sa isang bush, pipicture niya yung mga kalaban, tatago niya sa storage, just pipicture niya na naman. But this time around, he has to peel for his, his teammates. Maybe peel for the Lilia, or maybe even the marksman na paparating sa second phase ng TNC. But I like this ban coming out from TNC, removing some of the off-meta heroes that are essentially good against both the Phobius and the Eve.
Yeah, I agree. Sa puntong ito, building upon what you said with Marcel, Chakno, mas magiging maingat siya ngayon kasi posibleng ma-misplace siya nung Cho in certain situations na maging agresibo siya as how he would want to. But then the Harit is gonna be taken out. And in fact, wala pa tayong nakikita na like full-blown gold laner heroes in the two teams.
Yung Claude nga naisip ko, if TNC wants to ban that or even that Louis, kasi maaaring Claude Louis, yung blue 4 blue 5 pick ng Onic Philippines, and that is worrisome. I mean, paano mo ka-counterin yung Marcel? Di bigyan mo ng mataas na mobility, alisin mo yung mga target ng Marcel.
Unless they wanna just target Sabero here, Moscow or YSS is open for TNC. They can actually just remove it. Or they take YSS. Talagang super friends talaga. Tanggalin mo yung halimaw sa Onic.
Right, that's a total of 3 heroes na tinanggal ng TNC Pro Team na targeted para dito kay Super Friends. They want to make things a little bit harder para sa puso ng Onic PH at this point.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just me, but I want an Obsidia from TNC. There's a lot of mobile heroes on the side of Onic. Kapag tinanggal mo yon, they're just sitting ducks. And mahihirapan pa sila dyan kasi hindi ka pwede maglakad basta-basta lang kasi ang kalaban mo rito, Marcel tsaka Eve.
Yup, parang pag nakuha ka ng multi ng Obsidia, tapos sasalaw ka pa ng RWM, sobrang favorable nun for TNC. So if Onic Philippines would remove that, nandun pa rin yung Claude Moscow na matchup or even the YSS. Wow, Baxa ang tatanggalin nila.
I mean, at this point, wala pa rin namang jungler ang kupunan ng TNC Pro Team. Mukhang ililimitahan talaga nila na mag-Fred rin itong si Zaida depending on the situation.
Yeah, baka nga lumaspit sila dito eh. Unless they wanna see the gold lane matchup. Kasi pwede nilang gawin, kunin na nila yung Suyo or Guinevere or Fredrin and Red 4. Or if they want, pwede nilang kunin yung YSS dito sa Red 4 kasi no matter what, may hero si Zaida kasi wala naman nang pwedeng i-flex pa dito sa side ng Onic Philippines. So yung jungle pool ay open pa for Zaida to choose from. So it is a choice for TNC kung ano mang gusto nila. Kung gusto ba nila i-lockdown yung hero si Sabero or counter kung ano man yung pwedeng makuwang gold laner dito ng Onic Philippines. Claude ang pinili ng TNC.
Maybe naisip din nila na baka nga kunin yun ng Onic Philippines. Either that or the YSS kasi we've seen a lot of Leomord YSS combos from Onic Philippines. And Sabero, kung titignan mo yung hero pool niya, yun pa nga yung pinaka successful na hero na gamit niya, which is yung YSS. We've seen a lot of games from him. And pwedeng yun na nga, doon na nga patungo ang pick ng Onic Philippines. Plus, Mage with Super Friends. Someone na kaya ding mag-provide ng damage as early as possible.
Yeah. Ano ba mga ginamit niya? Nabanggit mo na yung Louis before. Yung mga sobrang dami kasing hero niya Prince eh. Kimi. Siya rin pa si Muno rin. What?
Cho Gold?
Wait, we don't know. Ano ba to? Cho XP, XP Hylos, XP Sora, Chu Gold. There's a lot of flex on the side of Onic Philippines.
Ami, nakadepende pa yan sa magiging huling pick nitong TNC. It varies on the matchups as well. Pero hanggang sa dulo, magdadalawang isip pa rin ng TNC sa kung ano mapipiliin nila dito.
It's a good Quinn game though. Like honestly, if you're if papipili mo si Zaida, Quinn is probably the best here. I mean, it's okay to pick the Suyo. They go Harley themselves!
Wait.
Interesting.
Parang ang hirap pag Harley dito.
Wala siyang, bukod sa Kimi, wala siyang ibang magandang target.
At bukod sa target din siguro ng mga super fans natin ng manalo ng 1,000 MLBB Diamonds. All you have to do is to predict the match winner correctly. Scan the QR code to know more. Dahil mawawala na yan ngayon. Nawala na. Sayang naman. I-back nyo na para may chance pa rin kayong manalo. But guys, you were talking to me about the lack or siguro yung difficulty ng Harley na mag-jungle in this type of composition. Why so? Care to explain?
If you look at the heroes on the side of Onic Philippines, they have a lot of ways to move around. So kapag nag-engage dito yung Harley with the Deadly Magic, he has to make sure na wala ng dash yung kanyang kalaban. And the secondary problem is may revitalize holder yung Onic, and there's also the glorious pathway. So pag tinignan mo yung laro ng Harley, it's not as clear-cut as from the Harley we've seen nung series number 1. So hindi ganun kaganda yung early game momentum dito ng TNC unless Onic messes up.
Right, and the main strength ng Harley is yung early game snowball, which we have seen over the last 2 games noong nakaraang laban natin between the first 2. But then ang tapang ni Brusco, but Zaida stays alive. First blood goes to Chaknu.
Ganda rin nung dating at pasok ni Chakno doon. Alam niya na ginugulo itong si Zaida. Could have been a kill for Brusco, but because of the quick response from TNC, they instead turned the table around and got that first blood against dito kay Brusco.
Not gonna lie, I think if Zaida got that kill, worth it. Kaso since si Chuck na yung nakakuha, hindi ganun ka-worth it kasi nagpakita yung 3 hero sa harap ni Brusco, so he got golden XP out of that and na-delay pa yung farming pattern dito ni Zaida. And look at this, invasion malala mula sa Onic, 2 part ng mapa, Brusco on the top side, King Kong and Super Fin sa ibaba.
Tol, hindi na sila nag-hesitate as soon as magkaroon ng minor advantage si Brusco to boost himself up to level 2. Nagkaroon ng bahagyang kalamangan in terms of leveling ang Onic Philippines. Pero yung TNC hindi pa naman nagkakalayo to, but those minor things that we have been seeing so far in the first 2 minutes ang naglalagay sa kanila sa magandang pwesto para mapaglaban yung unang pagong, the first major objective of this game.
XP high loss din pala to, no?
Oo. May chance na mag-level 5 yung Leomord bago mag-turtle. Kasi makukuha niya yung green, mag-i-spawn yung XP crab, if I'm not mistaken, in like 20-30 seconds. So pwede nila i-delay ng konti ito. Actually, pati yung purple, magle-level 5 yung hato bago mag-turtle.
Laki nung magiging disparity doon sa level ng dalawang junglers. Look at Zaida. Alam din niya na medyo mahirap lumaban at this point, so kukuha sana ng pick of down top lane. Pero nirarush na rin ng Onic Philippines. Diyan si Brusco sa likod. Siya yung kinasta ng Deadly Magic. Patay sa kamay ng TNC, and King Kong will get the turtle.
That's gonna be a trade for both teams. Isang buhay na wala para sa Onic, pero sila ang nakakuha ng turtle.
Grabe yung alay buhay ni Brusco para makakuha ng objective. Ryota!
Hindi siya pinapatakas ng mga members ng TNC, but still manages to survive.
And yung ginawa niya doon, yung pinilit niya na isalba yung revitalize. Just great trigger discipline mula kay Ryota.
Oo, sabi niya, kulang damage mo, hindi ko pipindutin to. Pero nanginginig ng konti yung daliri.
Nakatutok na kumbaga.
Nakatutok. Actually, nakapindot na nga yun eh. Naka-hover na sa cancel eh.
Ano, pindot ko na ba ito? Di, wag muna.
Kinaya.
Nakahinga ng maluwag-luwag, but then for TNC, they got the first 2 kills in this game courtesy of their aggression na ginagawa nila. So there have been some trades happening in spite of those objective takes ng Onic.
Yeah, ang goal ng Onic dito is talagang palakihin yung lamang ni Leomord. Palakihin yung lamang ni King Kong para magkaroon sila magandang mid-game.
This time, titingnan mo yung galaw ni Zaida. Chill lang din naman. Ganun pala. Di pala kailangan nagpapanig kapag Harley.
In fact, you just saw the Infinix handcam, our GT30 phones, the official tournament phone ng MPL Philippines Season 17. In fact, meron namang opisyal na ganap.
Pagsilip ni Ryota, nagulat siya. May dalawa. Pero may golden hour na bibitawan to si Chaknu. I-delay lang ng kaunti. But Storm is gonna live his life. Tapos nakapag-RWM pa. Nabuo pa ng isa. Bruce goes down, and even King Kong will fall to the hands of Storm. Again, Storm is now home.
Palitan ang mukha ang dalawang teams sa gitna, and it's TNC taking 2.
Storm is definitely brewing for TNC, and Onic Philippines. Sinubukan nilang pumasok, men. Kaso sabi ni Storm, sarado.
Blazing Duet mula dito kay Very Cutie. Na-cancel lang ng knock-up. Hindi pa rin naman sa mamamatay daw.
Wow.
Pinigilan ni Chaknu. Hindi nyo makahawakan ang gold lane ko.
Na kay Chaknu, ang bola ng TNC, pinapahinto ang mundo ng Onyx sa bawat apak na kanyang ginagawa. And now the turtle is open again.
So this is where it changes the game here for Onic Philippines. Online na yung War Axe for the Sora. This is usually one of the highest power spikes in the game.
Pwedeng siya yung mag-initiate ng setup. Nandun yung sustain niya. Damage there is present as well.
Ayan si Sabero.
Trimar nandoon sa turtle pit. Si Brusco ang nauna. Binigyan agad ng deadly magic. Patay agad. Yung rover at nakuha pa ni Saida yung turtle at hindi pa tapos. RWA muli. Mula kay Storm. Naipit sila dun sa may boundary. Chakno on the backside. Si Super Prince na naging target. Blazing Dume na na-cancel. Napaatras na rin ang mga members ng Onic. But Chakno, papasok pa siya nga doon. Si Saida, napapatay pa si Savero on the process of TNC. With an off-tempo team fight, nakuha nila ang lead.
Ito yung sinasabi ko kanina eh, ang hirap magpatakbo ng double fighters sa harap ng isang Marcel. Picture lang into the real world manipulation. Pwedeng-pwede at malayang-malaya na pumili na target dito yung TNC. And look at the difference. Last week, they said ultra slow gameplay. Look at how fast TNC is playing right now.
Again, the activity na ginagawa ng TNC in the first 5 minutes ng laban na ito. Chakno is seen everywhere by Onic Philippines. Sumahanap ng tamang ruta para kahit papano makapag-dish out ng damage ang super fam. Pero tila ba si Brusco ang kanilang pinupuruhan ngayon. Chakno na naman, si Sabero makikita pero Sabero is gonna be flashing away from that. Onic, they're looking for trades in this map pero TNC, sila ngayon ang babakbak dito sa may bandang ibaba. That is gonna be a tower taken down up top. Pero baba ang kukunin naman ng TNC.
Yeah, that's all they can do. They can just find trades kasi it's hard for them to actually fight into this Marcel. Even though they have a Sora, picturean lang yan ni Chakno. Patatagalin lang yung hold kay Savero and TNC will just continuously and relentlessly pressure this map. And kabahan ng konti ang Onic Philippines kasi tumataba si Benny Cutie.
Lala din ang ginagawa ni Chakno. Hindi niya pinapabalik sa lane. Nandiyan na naman yung frozen moments. Ryota and even Super Prince ay nagugulo ng bahagya. But again, looking back, hindi niya binibigyan ng laya si Savero. Babalik lang naman sa lane. Gusto lang naman kunin yung mga minions. Kaso nga lang, pinipigilan niya. Ryota, kinasahan ng deadly magic. Popping the revitalize. Still, mabubuhay. Para alam ng TNC, walang revitalize yan. So, pwede natin palagan.
Right, dire-diretso sila ngayon. TNC hahanap ng pwesto. Yung Onic nasa may banda river. 5v5 situation. Chakno hahanap din ang kanyang mapipicturean. And that's gonna be Super Prince na mga ngalahati ang buhay. Pero 75% pa rin ang buhay ng Turtle.
Pumasok na rin ng Dark Wave. Golden Hour pinicturean. Pero yung turtle lang ang nakuhaan niya doon. Delaying.
Sabero!
Counter engagement. Sabero on the backline. Kaso kala sa Ryota ay low on HP na rin. Sabero is low as a blazing duet mula sa bagyo. At mamamatay ang tatlo. Nakuha nga nila yung pagong. Pero mukhang aapatin pa kasi even si Brusco ay pinicturean ng malala ni Chakno. Saida is there but still mabubuhay si Brusco sa pagkakataon na yon.
Nakawala pa sa baraha si Brusco pero online na si Benny. TNC an objective and 2 kills.
Grabe talaga yung performance na binibigay dito ni Chakno. Pinipicture niya lahat ng Onic Philippines. Kung gusto niya ng super family, pues ito family picture.
Lahat dadaanan lahat kahit sobrang layo na aapatin pa courtesy of that quantum charge din na hawak niya. So napakabilis ng ginagawa ng TNC. Kung usapang bilis, ayan sapatos ni Chakno.
Kaya nga naka-rapid boots kanina nung tinamaan niya ng platinum snap yung isang hero. Dinaanan niya na yung dalawa kasi sabi niya meron akong extra surge ng movement speed. Pwede ko kayong daanan. And Onic Philippines hindi sila makapwesto. Even yung turtle take kanina, nagamit na yung golden hour. It was the opportunity for Onic Philippines to actually go and engage. Ang problema kasi, yung engage sila, ang hirap din kasi ang bibilis din ng hero sa TNC. Unlimited pa yung dash ni Zaida and kailangan pa nila intindihin yung pag-cancel sa Blazing Duet mula kay Benny Cutie.
Right, nagkaroon ng magandang ideya yung Onic Philippines kanina. Sabero was seen at the back trying to engage kontra sa ibang mga members ng TNC but as soon as he wasn't able to catch anyone, nung wala siyang nahuli, it was time for them to actually execute. And Chakno, people would say na masyado siyang malalim sa pagkakataon na yon, but then he's targeting the gold laner of this team. This is the aggression. Ito yung hinahanap nung kasama natin yung panel kanina.
Yeah.
This is the brand of TNC that the fans have been looking for.
Oh my
Nakita niyo yung
goodness.
apat, sabi niya may numero ng dito, Thunderbolt. Lahat ginawa niyang stack. And by that time na susubok sana kung engage ang Onic, nawawalan ng chance dahil sa ginagawa ni Chakno.
Eh lalo pang ihirap yung sagot dito ng Onic laban no sa Marcel. Kasi kapag nagdikit-dikit pa sila, lalo kapag natapos tong dominance ice ng isang Marcel, tataas pa yung kanyang hybrid defense. So mas mahihirapan talaga yung Onic Philippines na labanan nitong TNC kasi kahit nga yung Claude, intindihin nila, may Marcel pa silang problema.
Right, and Ryota is gonna be the one put at the front line. 5v5 na naman ang magiging laban pero medyo nahuhuli si Super Friends trying to clear minion waves as fast as he can. Same ang gagawin ni Zaida at Benny Cutie sa taas. Shaknu now will be operating from the top. Ryota naghahanap ng kanyang masisipat but then 75% mukhang marireset na naman itong Lord pero ang kulit talaga ni Shaknu sa meron nakita.
Siya naging target at biglang pinalasahan ng baraha and a golden hour para lang bigyan ng obstacle at hindi makalapit ang mga members ng Onic Philippines. Now may RW pa binitawan sa loob mismo ng pasukan and enough yung damage ni Zaida para patumbahin ang Monster Mage. Tinawag na rin si Barbiel. Sumusubok ang Onic Philippines. Shaknu is there para pigilan at picturean ang mga natitirang membro. Flickering out itong si Brusco. Nakuha pa ni Benny Cutie yung Lord and TNC. This is the Phoenix Army.
Jack Mamba the photographer. Napakaraming film.
Kuhang-kuha, caught in 4K, Onic Philippines, sinubukan tumakbo. Kaso nilockdown sila ni Storm with a real world manipulation, pure control from TNC, and they have nothing against this. Kanina sinubukan nila pumesto sa mga bush. Kaso si Savero, men, burst down kagad siya. Nakita siya ni nakita siya ni Chakno, nakita siya ni Trinmar. Isang dark wave into the deadly magic na wala at nabura yung gold laner ng Onic Philippines.
Yeah, caught at the bad place at a bad time si Savero out in the open at that left river bush. Kaya ganun na lamang ang kumpiyansa nitong si Chakno para magpalibot-libot. Hinahanap na naman yung iba sa mga members ng Onic PH. Ryota is toned down, shield down using the golden hour. At kumakatok na ang TNC sa pintuan ng Onic PH.
Okay, tayo ka dyan, Nat. Picturean kita.
Huwag ka malikot.
Paulit-ulit eh, ginagawa ni Chakno. Yung tatlo doon mismo sa loob ng Torre, ay na naman, pinasok na naman niya, tapos may way out doon sa top lane.
Oh my goodness.
Napakalalang aggression mula mismo kay Chak Mamba Lord doon sa bottom lane.
Ito yung masasabi mo na walang na-miss na moment. Oh!
So sige, kung bigla na lang mabubura, magpapunta pa sa pero di na kinaya pa na makapag-regen mismo sa base nila. Wala yung jungler ng Onic Philippines. 5 men ay 4 na lamang ngayon para dumipensa. No more inhib turrets down. Bottom lane and top lane. At mukhang yung gitna naman ang susunog na punterian. Nandyan pa yung 4 na miyembro na TNC. Chakno, may frozen moment na naman against Ryota. Nandyan na rin naman yung glorious pathway para ma-delay at lagyan ng checkpoint ng mga members ng TNC. But Chakno, inside, doon ang RWM. Follow up mula kay Stone. Kasi sa Savera, may counter 7 doon sa likod. Hindi niya kinakaya yung damage. Pinato na naman sa mga baraha at yung deadly magic will secure the kill. And Phoenix Army is alive. At mukuha nila ang game ng